Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I am your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from the Smut Studio in Venice Beach, California, with my co-host, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
Hello, Joe. Technical difficulties tonight.
Yeah, we were unable to go live, which is a damn shame because literally this is the first day, I think, ever since we've been going live that somebody was like, I need live Joe Prano right now. And I said, we're going live tonight. We're going live on a Sunday evening for the first. When's the last time we did a Sunday evening?
It's been a minute.
I said, we're going live after the games.
I
So
had,
much to talk about.
oh, my God. I had most of it set up at halftime of Sunday Night Football. Daniel Jones wins his
Now,
first.
is it true that that we got some sort of error from YouTube that you had gone live too much? Are you a cam girl in, like, when you're not doing this? Like, are you showing your feet on your own webcam situation during football? Like, are there dudes in Cleveland who are, like, upset with Freddie Kitchens' 4th and 9 draw call, and so you had to go quickly live and show them your little baby feet so some guys could, like, get a nut off?
Yeah, you're pretty close. Actually, my cam girl name is Baby Feet Dinosaur.
Yeah. Why dinosaur?
I like dinosaurs.
Okay.
So I'm Baby Feet Dinosaur. That's my cam girl name. We actually I have not mentioned this to you. We had a foot fetish person. I think they left because the dirtballs shamed them on YouTube.
Was it the original foot fetish guy or was it a new foot fetish guy?
I think it was the original because they were calling that person weird. And they were like, I'm not weird. But we have someone.
Rex Ryan's going back to watching games, I guess, on Sundays.
We have someone who now checks out our junk.
Oh, yeah?
They check out what's going on down here with how we wear our pants. And I think they keep referring to as our mounds. I saw.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So we have some new fetish people on YouTube.
And it's not ballsy.
No. It could be.
It could be. Yeah, I think we're starting to get a whole new audience. I had somebody reach out to me via my Joe Prano comedy page on Facebook mentioning our live streams. I think he said something about it was like a older fella who said I was like a hot young wolf or something like that.
So he was a gay man.
I don't know what we're allowed to say anymore. I don't know how to refer to him. Maybe he's not a man at all. Maybe he's who knows? Who knows how he identifies?
He's a bear.
Yeah.
He's not an actual. He's an actual bear.
Yeah, he could be an actual bear. He might identify as an actual bear.
Yeah. Koala or panda?
Yeah, I don't know. Panda gender. He might be panda gendered. As you know, I'm pangender and panracial.
Yeah.
Maybe he's panda racial. That's when you're just black around the eyes.
I've seen a few of those. I can't even say that. You can't even say I've seen a few of those.
I don't know.
That's offensive. I've been canceled. Well, hopefully I'll figure it out. And
when we get this YouTube thing sorted, I know there's a way now that you can go. I think they've upped the level of YouTube where there's like a control room. We're definitely going to need to get twerks, like working like graphics on top of our videos.
Yeah.
It's like, canceled. Like big X over to you. You've been canceled. Did you say panda gender? Canceled. We should have a YouTube live show where we just cancel people. Canceled.
I've already
cancel culture.
I've already started. Have you seen my tweets lately? I just can't stop now. I can't stop. I tweeted this out there, and I'm not making this up. I think people thought I was making it up. I went to my car, and Mildred is just full of the crazies. It was a white guy, cracked out of his
Caucasian male.
Yeah, Caucasian male.
Yeah.
I've been canceled for all of that. It was a Caucasian male running down the street on Mildred, clearly on drugs, screaming the N-word at the top of his lungs, nonstop. And so I tweeted out that he's been canceled.
Nonstop's the N-word? Oh,
yeah.
The real N-word.
Yeah.
Got it.
The real one.
Right.
So I tweeted.
Midget.
Canceled. I tweeted that, he should be removed.
Yeah.
Cancel culture wants to take his cardboard box.
Yeah.
He's no longer allowed here. And then
And then you got canceled for making fun of homeless people.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And then when I watched that UGA Notre Dame game last night, a bunch of Georgia students had all black on their body, red face paint, and then an afro, a red afro, which is offensive to clowns, Native Americans, and black people.
And Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
Very offensive to him. Cancel.
Oh, you know my favorite thing about the Justin Trudeau thing? Not to go off.
By the way, there should definitely be a WWE wrestler
called
whose name's
Canceled.
Who's called Cancel Culture Kenny or something like that.
Or the Chancellor.
Yeah, the Chancellor.
Instead of the Chancellor, it's the Chancellor.
Yeah. When people come out and they say something like offensive, he comes up, he hits them with the X.
Can I
they
be?
get canceled.
Can I be that guy?
Yeah.
Put me in a Speedo.
Yeah.
I need to start working out again, though. Yeah.
Like some guy comes into the ring, he starts talking trash to one of the lady wrestlers. He's like, "I'd hit you, but you're a weak lady." And then Cancel Culture Kenny comes running in. He's like, "You can't say she's weak just because she's a lady." And he cancels you. Cancels.
I mean, we are doing the Generation X thing.
Yeah. It's not the Generation X anymore. It's canceling. Anyway, has Freddie Kitchens been canceled?
Oh, my
Do
God.
we start there? Where are we starting, Ruth? There. Are we starting with football? We have to.
Let's start with Freddie Kitchens. Let's start with Sunday Night Football. We just watched the Rams defeat the Browns 20-14.
It's amazing because you had the press conference up here. I tweeted it, and then I saw other people actually say that this must have been actually what happened, but then they asked him about it, and he didn't say it. 4th and 9, they run a draw play.
Well, not only did they run a draw, this was with about, I think, 6 minutes and change to go in the game. They let the play clock go all the way down, and both Al Michaels and Collinsworth thought that they were just going to try to draw the Rams off sides, maybe get a closer 4th down.
Right.
And then they run a draw play.
Yeah, or that they were going to, or since they had 3 timeouts, potentially go 5 yards back and punt.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So then they run a draw play, and I tweeted, I don't know what Freddie Kitchens was thinking, but he should say in the press conference, I thought it was 3rd down. And I know how absurd it sounds that an NFL coach would not know the down, but it's not possible that his reasoning was less dumb than not knowing what down and distances was. And now I've actually seen some other people, like like Jeff Schwartz, who's always tweeting, he's a former NFL offensive lineman. One of the other guys from like one of the football sites saying, I actually don't think he did know. Like he thought it was 3rd and 9, which is ludicrous. But he went up there and he just said, bad play call.
Look, I don't want to judge a book by its cover, but I'm going to do it here. I tweeted something out myself tonight. Freddie Kitchens.
I mean, to be fair, week 3 isn't the cover. You're 3 chapters in to a 16-chapter,
Well, I'm not just judging what he's done on the field. I'm judging his look, his demeanor.
Oh, okay.
Look, I'm just going to be honest. It's not that he's overweight.
Canceled.
It's a combination. He's a larger individual.
He's plus sized.
He's unshaven.
He's razor adverse.
His fit, his clothes aren't fitting the best. He reminds me. I'm just gonna be honest. Freddie Kitchens, his look. He reminds me of a guy who's gonna fix my toilet, and I'm seeing his butt crack when he's bending over.
Yeah.
Like that's what he. Nothing against that. I was ready for you to hit me with the cancel.
Yeah, I was like, I think the plumbers union just canceled you.
Yeah. But I did a deep dive on him tonight on Wikipedia. And I was adamantly against him being hired, if you recall last year. I was all for Greg Williams because they went 5-3 as the interim coach, and then he's the defensive guy. I'm not impressed. And all these penalties, and I think there's a lot of them are bullshit just in the NFL in general. But the Browns by far lead the NFL in penalties. It's sloppy play. That comes down to coaching. That comes down to their responsibility. That was going to be the problem. You have a young team. Aaron and I were actually looking before the game. They showed, the Browns' this is the Browns' next 4 games. At the Ravens, at the 49ers, Seahawks. I don't know where the Seahawks and Patriots are, but it's those 4.
Yeah, it's tough. tough road. And I picked them to win this game, and they were in plenty position to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that there was times for sure in the game where they were straight up outplaying the Rams. The Rams seemed like they just did not play a great game, and Cleveland's defense played really well.
Yeah.
2 picks for Goff.
3.
3?
3.
You threw 3?
3.
Damn. Where it really seemed like it was Cleveland's game to have, and multiple just bad coaching decisions.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it's week 3. I get he's a rookie coach, but again, I've never coached football at any level.
Goff threw 2, by the way. I'm incorrect in that.
I was like, how drunk was I? I've never coached football at any level, but a 4th and 9 draw with the game on the line.
But not only just that,
but
you have 1st and goal at the 4.
Yeah.
With 3 timeouts.
Yeah. Didn't run the ball.
And Chubb was running great all game.
And then you take a timeout before 4th down, where if you don't get it, you have 3 timeouts. I know it would just be a Hail Mary, but you can stop the clock 3 times.
Yeah.
And make them punt the ball back to you. Instead,
Freddie Kitchens.
They take a timeout, and then the play call is snap to Baker Mayfield, have him do a 45-step drop, and throw off his back foot to nobody. Also, where was Odell Beckham on the final drive? Everybody's always accusing the Giants, they force Odell the ball. They force Odell the ball. Guess what? A lot of teams force their best players the ball. Atlanta almost won that game today because they forced Julio Jones the ball, and he just made every big play down the stretch. You have Odell Beckham. Force him the ball.
Well, they obviously have an offensive line problem, and that's not going anywhere. And that's going to be a major issue. I've watched every single Browns game from start to finish the first 3 weeks. The offensive line is bad. It doesn't matter how much talent you have.
But again, this is something
if you can't get the ball out.
We were texting you, me, and Tug. Tug was mentioned. At Tug was mentioned at this point. Rip at Tug was mentioned. Tug was mentioned was canceled.
It was. There hasn't been an at Tug was mentioned tweet since July.
Sad.
Yeah.
Your boy Chris Collinsworth was mentioning how great Mayfield was when they were just snapping the ball, and he was basically not making a read and just they
2 seconds and under.
Yeah. If your offensive line is bad, and their offensive line isn't good, but I don't know that their offensive line is horrific. Stop having these elaborate RPO play actions where you're snapping the ball to Baker Mayfield, he's faking this RPO handoff, then he's spinning backwards, he's faking a screen, then he's looking downfield. It's sometimes I think these teams get a little too into this. If you're going to do play action, just come back, fake a handoff, and throw it downfield. Is there always going to be a spinning fake, and then there's another play action fake that we're faking 2 screens, we're faking a reverse. First we have to fake a handoff, then we have to fake a jet sweep. Maybe limit yourself to 1 play action fake if your offensive line isn't good.
And Nick Chubb, 23 carries, 96 yards. He ran the ball well.
Yeah. And then they didn't run him on 1st and goal at all. They didn't run him on 1st and goal, but they did run him on 4th and 9.
I'm ready to say it. Freddie Kitchens
canceled. There's nothing in Freddie Kitchens' kitchen in terms of sustenance and food. It's just booze. What I'm saying is, Freddie Kitchens, go home. You're drunk.
But again, if you look at Freddie Kitchens, he spent 10 years with Arizona.
Yeah.
Last year was his first year as an offensive coordinator.
Yep.
He's been around for a while. But no, let me just bring this up one more time, and then I want to talk about the Rams. These are their next 4 games. How many do you think they win? Because I'll tell you how many I think they win. At Ravens, at 49ers, home against the Seahawks, at Patriots.
1.
Yeah, the Browns' next 4 games. What did I say? Okay, so I agree with you. I think one. I think they either beat the Niners or the Seahawks.
I mean, they could win more. They played the Rams really tight tonight. They're not beating the Patriots.
And I don't think they're winning in Baltimore next week.
Although, I guess an easy transition into the Baltimore game.
Well, can we talk about the Rams real quick?
Sure.
I'm sighing because
You're a Rams fan.
this Jared Goff debacle, $110 million guaranteed, is the. I'm ready to say, you harp on the Kirk Cousins contract. This is even worse, in my opinion.
I mean, to be fair, Jared Goff has appeared in a Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins has appeared in a memorable press conference where he was. You like that? Like what? Name a memorable football game that Kirk Cousins has ever played.
Okay, to be fair, I'll say this right back to you: switch positions. That's how much I get out on Goff at times. He makes, like, if they switch positions, I don't know if Cousins can't take him to the Super Bowl last year. That's how much I value Sean McVay as a coach. I think Sean McVay is like a once-in-a-lifetime type of offensive genius. I think he's up there with the Sean Paytons and some of the other guys who are so good. Even the team this year, you have a hurt Gurley, you have Goff who's suspect. They're still 3-0.
Yeah.
And that all goes to the coach.
Well, to be fair, tonight I put that entirely on the Browns. That game was the Browns to win. Now, you still end up 3-0, and they still won the game. But down the stretch, it was bad. I mean, Goff rolls out.
Why is he throwing that pass, the one that gets intercepted?
Why is he throwing that pass? They also have Goff roll out. He gets 9.5 yards on first down. They can't convert. They don't go for it on fourth down. Then the next drive, he throws an interception. Like, they gave that game away, and the Browns just couldn't. The Browns just refused to take it multiple times.
And that was my problem with the Browns going into this season, was that they're still young. Like, most teams don't take that step. The Rams did. The Rams jumped from 4 wins under Jeff Fisher to 11 the next year with McVay, but that's rare. That's rare to jump like that. But my thing about Goff, they showed the graphic of Jared Goff at home versus on the road. No quarterback in the NFL has a bigger disparity.
Well, we all know the whole Jared Goff thing is Jared Goff. Once the helmet goes off, Jared Goff is – it's it.
But I think people don't know that. I was arguing with some cheddar dick on Twitter who's a Rams slurper. And it's like, dude, I'm a Rams fan too. I don't think people – guys, if you don't realize this, Jared Goff doesn't call any plays. He doesn't call any plays.
Which, by the way, not a lot of quarterbacks do call plays.
But he can't audible.
You'll come out of the huddle with multiple plays, and the quarterback oftentimes
decides,
especially
on the
great
road
ones. That's something we've always talked about. And obviously we're gonna have plenty of time to talk about my boy Eli Manning later. But like the great quarterbacks, the true elite quarterbacks, are going to line and for sure making that decision up until the play clock goes off. And the Rams snap the ball with 12 seconds on the play clock regularly because they rush to the line. Everything is happening in Jared Goff's helmet. I don't know the exact time when they shut the clock off, the helmet off, but at some point as the clock runs down, they shut the communication off. And it's already locked and loaded from there. McVay is looking at the defense, and he's telling Goff what to do.
Yes.
If they switch it after that time, that's it.
Yes.
Jared Goff ain't changing the play.
Exactly.
And they're open about that.
Yeah.
They're open. This isn't a secret.
Yeah, you're right.
They're open about it. And if some Rams fan is arguing with him, he's not enough of a Rams slurper because that information is out there.
Yeah. But like you said, to take it to the next level as an elite quarterback, you have to be able to call the play. You have to be able to audible. You have to be able to make those adjustments at the line. Anyway, the Rams won. They're 3-0. They get Tampa Bay next week. They're going to be 4-0. I was debating going to that game, but then I was like, you know what? This is true. I was actually on SeatGeek.
of all the games to go to,
I
why
know.
the Tampa Bay game?
Well, here's why. I was on SeatGeek last night, and I thought, I bet this would be the cheapest game of the year, and it was. You get tickets for like $40-$50, cheap seats, like good location, LA Coliseum.
And then you talk yourself out of it. Why?
Because I'd rather there's the other two games that I'm eyeing. Then I went on SeatGeek and I looked at
SeatGeek.
Bears,
Yeah.
which we talked about,
Yeah.
and also they have a Monday night game in November right before Thanksgiving against the Ravens, which I think with the Ravens
fun.
defense.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
So yeah. So Dirtballs, if you haven't used SeatGeek, download the SeatGeek app today. It's the only app that we use to get our tickets for sports events. Isn't that right, Joe Prano?
That's right.
Because SeatGeek will even give you $10 off on that first SeatGeek purchase. All you need to do is use our promo code. So download the SeatGeek app today and use promo code DIRTY, DIRTY, for $10 off on your first purchase. That's promo code DIRTY for $10 off on your first purchase.
I was on SeatGeek today, Andy. I was looking at tickets because I'm throwing a Hail Mary on this baseball season. I'm at 17 ballparks. We have a week left in the regular season. I'm going to St. Louis.
You can find me in St. Louis. Uh-oh.
Gonna try to check Bush off the
Bruh.
list. They're in the Cardinals be playing the Cubs the last weekend of the season. The Mets are obviously, the Mets are pretty much out of it.
Yeah.
But the Cubs are still in that mix, so it'll be great to be at Bush, root against the Cubs, and
It's a fun rivalry.
and take it to 18. Make it 18.
And I'll have to give you a lot of good places in St. Louis. I was thinking about today, all these great places that you should go visit. You got to go to, I was telling you last night, East St. Louis, there's nothing like it if you want a late night out.
So you'll have to give me your list.
You know what they call that? They call it the East Side.
Oh, yeah?
Like if you're partying in St. Louis, like we're going to the East Side tonight. That means we're gonna be out all fucking night.
All right, well, I'm going to get on SeatGeek, Dirtballs. Get on SeatGeek if you're in the Midwest
Yeah.
and look for tickets. I don't know exactly what game I'm going to yet, but I'm going to try to sneak into Bush, throw a Hail Mary.
I love.
Check 60% of my stadiums off.
By the way, I love sneaking into Bush.
Yeah, it's your favorite thing.
Love.
Canceled. You can't even joke about sneaking into Bush. What are you, Antonio Brown?
Oh, you want to talk about him for a minute?
Sure. Talk about a guy who definitely got himself canceled. Dude, you can rape a girl. You can murder somebody. You can domestic violence. You can
Kneel.
kneel. You can't kneel. You cannot kneel.
Okay, yeah.
Cannot kneel. You can drink and drive. But Antonio Brown did something today that, just like Colin Kaepernick, will get you canceled. He tweeted that basically NFL owners are assholes. That'll get you canceled every time.
Yeah.
So rip Antonio Brown's NFL career forever. Maybe an XFL career, but definitely rip your butthole because you're going to be shoving the L chain up it.
Can you hand me that L chain? It's over there.
This might be the last time I touch the L chain because going forward, the chain come off?
Well, yeah, because I used the chain for Hammer's concert.
Oh.
Okay, so
This is the L.
this is the L for the L chain,
It's a big L.
and I said,
When you made the L chain, you're like, I want to go big. It's gonna be a big L. When you wear the L chain, you're really gonna take that L. Now you're regretting that, taking that L.
so here's the deal.
I mean, what angle do you go with?
In March of 2018, for our Major League Baseball preview with yourself and Andy Lazarus, we got in a huge Odell Beckham discussion, and somehow Antonio Brown was brought up. I rewatched a lot of that episode this weekend, and for some reason, it's not even a bet for the record.
No, you just flipped out.
I flip out and I stare at this camera right here, and I say, if Antonio Brown finishes with less career receiving yards than Odell Beckham Jr., I will take this L chain and shove it up my ass. Now, at the time, I did not know the severity of Antonio Brown's CTE. Not that I'm making excuses. I made the proclamation. So this L chain.
What's crazy? Did you curse your own butthole? Did you curse yourself?
I don't know, but I
So
really
it's basically how much the owners hate being talked about versus Freddie Kitchens at this point.
basically I need Antonio Brown to play again in the NFL.
Yeah, you do.
I really need that to happen.
Yeah. Or you need Odell
To shred a knee.
to come out and for the rest of the league to cancel him.
Yeah. Or to shred a knee.
Yeah. No, don't wish injury on anybody.
I don't wish injury. I'm saying for the bet purpose.
Yeah.
It's not even a bet for my proclamation. But I do want to say about Antonio Brown, I agree with a lot of his tweets. I've said that. I was raving about that last night. He's right.
But he's like, but you did a great meme on Dirty Sports where his face was being pulled off and he was Kanye West underneath. It's like I agree with a lot of shit Kanye West says too, and then 40% of it is total lunacy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown's a lunatic. Don't get me wrong. But when he calls out in tweets Ben Roethlisberger, Robert Kraft, he's 100% right in those assessments.
100%.
And there is hypocrisy. And anybody, dude, it's wild.
Also, when you go to the Patriots, by the way, the Boston Globe wrote a story that was like, now Patriots fans can root guilt-free for their team. Hilarious.
Wild.
Hilarious.
Wild.
Literally, the cheaters of all cheaters, the team that had, as you put it, 3-time murderer Aaron Hernandez on the team. Robert Kraft is getting hand jobs from underage sex workers that were brought here possibly as slaves and are maybe being held captive against their will. Like, what? Like, if you read that story and you feel guilt free because they cut Antonio Brown, I mean, wow. The Boston Globe, the balls on the Boston Globe. I thought that was an Onion headline when I first read it. But, like, when Antonio Brown goes to the Patriots and the Patriots are like, hey, here's the deal. All that shit's in the past. You're a Patriot now. This is the Patriot way. You do your thing. And then the reason he got cut is he's still texting and messaging and threatening. And like, dude, just play football, bro. It's not that hard.
Dude, it's amazing that people forget, and especially idiot. As much as I love the Patriots like organization because they win, I've been vocal about that, even though I make fun of them all the time too, and I love Bill Belichick. You might have I don't know if you have the dumbest fan base. You're right up there.
For sure.
That meme that I created about Aaron Hernandez, the amount of idiot Patriots fans defending, and let's not forget, he's not the only guy. You remember Dante Stallworth, Joe Plano?
Sure.
Do you remember what he did?
Yeah.
He killed someone running over them drunk in his car in Miami. So this notion that the Patriots, we got rid of Aaron Hernandez right away. First of all, Aaron Hernandez always had baggage. He had baggage at Florida. He had baggage before he went to Florida. This was all known. So stop acting like they didn't know there was stuff going on. You should listen to that Gladiator podcast on him. It delves into all that stuff. But Dante Stallworth ran over somebody, killed them drunk with his car, and then the Patriots signed them. So this idea that they're like this model franchise, like Joe was saying in the Boston Globe, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Again, their owner getting hand jobs from sex slaves. Meanwhile, also on a massage table, Tom Brady forcing mouth kisses on his son.
I mean,
with tongue.
Come on.
Like, let's be honest here. Also, remember when Tom Brady walked out on his pregnant girlfriend? Remember when he left, what's her name? Just high and dry with
Monahan?
his kid? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just high and dry. Just later, fucking a supermodel now. Peace. I was Tom Brady.
It was a Bridget Moynihan.
Yeah. I was Tom Brady, 6th-round draft pick. Now I'm Tom Brady, the GOAT. You on your own at this point. Raise your own kid. Get out of here. Now you can root for the Patriots guilt-free. If you actually like looked at that headline and were like, now I can root for the Patriots guilt-free, I hope something terrible, terrible happens to you. Like, I hope Dante Stallworth gets drunk and runs you over.
I mean,
canceled.
Patriots
I hope
fans
you get canceled from life.
The reporter who broke the second accuser on Antonio Brown, they have doxed this poor guy and threatened him, and he posted all that stuff on Twitter. They should cancel Patriots fans.
Yeah.
For being so stupid. But the Patriots are 3-0, and they're fucking good. On a
waxed the Jets today.
Yeah. They didn't cover, though.
No, they didn't. They looked like they were going to. They came out so hot.
Yeah. They didn't cover.
No.
I didn't watch it. That's the one game literally I watched none of.
I didn't watch a second of it either.
I didn't watch a
'cause I
second.
didn't think it was going to be. I watched a little bit of that Cowboys-Dolphins game because
Oh, yeah.
I had that in my 3 picks today.
Backdoor cover.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. Because you took the Cowboys.
Yeah. And you took Miami.
And I took Miami.
And by the way, my 3 picks today, my 3 Instagram picks. So my first week on Instagram, my 3 picks, 2 for 3. Fitzpatrick let me down, but one of them was a money line, so we were plus 150. Today, 2 of 2 because the Chiefs pushed the -5 pick today, and one of my picks was the Texans money line. What I'm saying, and obviously we didn't do one last Sunday due to unforeseen circumstances. I was not able to make my Instagram picks. If you're following my 3 picks on Instagram, you are killing the game. I also threw out a 4-team money line parlay today, but that again, it was a bonus. So stick with the 3 picks, and you are getting rich, and you're getting rich quick.
However, you're going to take that L chain with me this week.
Why? What happened?
Head to head. I'm at 8 picks right. You're at 5. You can make up a game tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I want to decide what we're doing. We discussed this last night. I think the L chain for 2 weeks during Super Bowl is the best bet. I saw some chirping on Twitter about doing a binge of Young Sheldon. Here's my response to that.
How many episodes of Young Sheldon have there been to Works?
But here's my response to that, Joe.
By the way, I mean
the binging on Young Sheldon, like my Game of Thrones binge, that's in the comfort of your own home. There's no shame. Big deal. You got to watch a shitty show and do video updates.
well, first of all, I've never watched Young Sheldon, so I'm not going to say whether or not it's shitty. I know Chris Wilde appears on it, so it's probably got at least a certain standard.
Those
quality.
promos that I see during NFL games,
Yeah.
I definitely test HIV positive every time they come on. That's how annoying they are. Young.
I've actually never I do everything streaming. I don't think I've ever seen this. All I know is Chris Wilde appears on it, and I'm sure it's a fantastic show. I think that's why I'm leaning toward the L train because I'd actually look forward to binge watching Young Sheldon. I might binge watch Young Sheldon even without losing this bet.
Well, there's 44 episodes, so you
44.
You got a lot.
44 half hours. So that's 20. Now, are they saying you have to do it in a row?
I don't know.
Basically a day of watching
But
Young Sheldon?
to me, that's not as shameful. I don't think people realize this. Like Joe was saying.
Again, I was kind of looking forward to it.
So then it's off the table. The L chain is worn every waking moment of the day.
Now, we're showering with it on? Like, what's...
I mean...
Right.
No, you're not going to shower, but you go to the grocery store. You go on stage. You go out to dinner.
All right, let's do it. L chain for 2 weeks. The 2 weeks between...
Starting, we'll start that Monday morning after the championship games.
Through what? Kickoff?
Through the Super Bowl.
Through the end of the Super Bowl.
Through the end of the Super Bowl.
Final whistle of the Super Bowl.
Final whistle of the Super Bowl.
All right.
Yeah.
So is it really then any chance you're in the presence of another person is when you would be expected to wear the L chain? Is that the way you guys are?
What do you mean?
I mean, you're saying in the comfort of your own home when you're alone, who could say what you're doing? We're not live streaming.
What are the
I mean,
specs
are we
of
sleeping
this?
in the L chain? Sleeping in the L chain. I'm not sleeping in the L chain. I'll hang it next to the bed. I'll put it on when I first wake up.
Well, I'll tell you what. I will, if I lose this bet, I will do full documentation of me in bed, of me taking a poop, me maybe having sex. Whatever it is, the L chain will.
Please have sex in the L chain. Please, you got to do it.
The L chain will be worn.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah. And I think we should have a caveat. Are we saying especially with comedy?
Now, if Odell Beckham just goes off this year and passes Antonio Brown, are you wearing an L chain that's been up your ass for 2 weeks?
5,000 yards.
Can we have a second L chain? That's just for ass play. Ass play.
I want to revamp this L chain, by the way.
You want a new L chain?
No, I want to change the color a little. Yeah, I might upgrade it.
So L chain's the bet because I was too looking forward to watching Young Sheldon, which I'm sure is a
So
fantastic
you don't get
television
you
show.
don't get the Young Sheldon commercials. I hate that. And I also hate the one. I don't know if you get these ones. I tweeted this yesterday. I don't think
I
anybody.
haven't seen the Young Sheldon commercials, but I'm going to start looking for
Have
them.
you
'cause
seen
I
the,
bet
have
it's
you seen the Cooper
really
one where
good.
she names her golden retriever Cooper?
Yes, that one's horrific.
Cooper, did you eat all your treats?
By the way, is it me or does Cooper the golden retriever look remarkably like Cooper Cup? Like they're just like they have the identical coloring,
That's maybe
basically
why.
the same
That's
hair.
maybe why I like Cooper Cup so much.
Yeah.
It's a good wide receiver. And who doesn't like golden retrievers? Great dogs. But stop shaming him, bitch.
Yeah.
I want to cancel her.
Yeah.
Shaming an animal. on a
I'd watch 2,000 Young Sheldon commercials over that poor dog getting shamed.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah. Because I'm a fan of dogs and I'm a fan of Young Sheldon, even though I haven't watched it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna start watching it. I'm gonna watch it on Monday. I'm gonna start watching it
You
tomorrow.
are not going to watch Young Sheldon.
I am. I bet you it's really, really good. I bet you the writing is crisp. I know the acting's good because Chris Wilde is on it.
Take Chris Wilde's dick out of your ass right now.
Hey, I'm saying this is more than just Chris Wilde. I'm sure the entire production is fantastic.
You know it's the pre Big Bang Theory, right?
Oh, I know exactly what it is. Yeah. I'll tell you how it is. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I'm gonna watch it tonight when we get home. I'll watch an episode of Young Sheldon tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to watch Young Sheldon. I've heard only good things.
Well, as much as I want to talk Young Sheldon, I want to talk Gardner Minshew. I'm on it. I'm on the train. I'm on the Minshew train. I'm all about it.
He did look great on Thursday.
He's had 3 pretty good games.
Yeah.
We both missed this. We didn't see it happening.
Yeah. Because the Titans look so good against the Browns week 1.
Yeah.
And the Titans are a back and forth team. But Minshew, no, absolutely. He has not, he's made some great plays. He's made some great throws, but he's also playing like I feel like he's playing within himself.
Exactly.
Like his on-field play is nothing like his off-field persona. Like
100%.
He does the Johnny Manziel thing off the field.
He's way cooler.
Right. But it's still the thing, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? He's like,
it's a shtick.
He's out there. He's like every opportunity to do something. He's doing the Ruther thing. He's like every opportunity to wear something dumb and like act like an idiot. He's taking it.
That's why I like him.
But on the field, he's like a young Jeff Hostetler. He's just like game managing, letting his defense do some work.
Makes the throws when he has to.
Big throws when he has to.
He's had a few
Same
dimes.
mustache.
Yeah, I was going to say he's got that same stash.
He's got a young Hostetler thing happening.
And he's got a dad who loves PEDs.
And does he wear 15? Does he wear 15?
I think he does.
I think young Hostetler has been that's like the greatest comp I've ever come up with.
Super Bowl champ Jeff Hostetler.
Yeah.
Former Oakland Raider.
Yeah.
Or no, he probably was when they were Los Angeles.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
He was definitely a Raider, though.
No, but you're right about Minshew. You're exactly right. He doesn't force it. He makes plays when he has to. He plays within himself. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And I stand by my tweet. I think Baker Mayfield wishes he was Minshew. But Minshew's charming. Minshew's likable. And he's got a great story.
Yeah.
4 different schools, 6th-round pick, set all those records with Leach up in Washington State. And he wears jorts to games.
I've never worn jorts. I'll never wear jorts, but I'm on the Minshew train.
You should. You should wear jorts.
Literally, 3 other people here are like, wear jorts.
I think you should put on the jorts, dude.
I'm just gonna.
We should have a jorts episode.
I'm gonna steer clear of the jorts, but I'm all in on the young Sheldon. So we'll pick our battles here.
There's a young lady over here who really is in support of you wearing jorts.
Yeah.
And I support that support of her of supporting you wearing jorts.
Okay.
I had a dirtball personally make them for me.
I know, I'm worried now that jorts are gonna arrive for me.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one. No, I'm not even gonna.
What's your waist size, Fredo?
Nah.
Who do you like in the division, though? Now, the Colts won again today, and are you ready to be wrong about Jacoby Brissett?
Well, again, my Jacoby Brissett take was they have 0% chance of winning the Super Bowl with Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback, and I stand by that 100%.
He had a good game again, Joe.
Yeah, he played great today.
I mean, what are you thinking, dude?
As far as what? Are they winning the Super Bowl? 100%. 0% chance that they win the Super Bowl.
He threw 310 yards.
Yeah. He finally had a game where he threw for over 150 yards. He threw for more yards in week 3 than he threw for week 1 and 2 combined.
That's not true.
Pretty close.
That's not true.
No, he was like at 150 and 160 yards a game.
Look, man, I was critical of him going into the season. I said they'd win 7 games. You said they'd win 6 games. I'm already going to say I am completely wrong. That was a bad assessment. I think there's a good chance they win the division because, again, they have a running back. They have a defense. And I don't know who wins that division.
When I watch it, he played well today, and that Atlanta team
is 0-3 now.
Yeah. Atlanta won last week. They beat
that's right.
Philadelphia. So they're
bad.
1-2. But man, that Atlanta team just shoots themselves in the foot every chance they get. They are awful on the road. Even when they play a good game, they always end up losing on the road. It's like this Atlanta team has burned me so many times that I've lost count of it. They've been burning me back to the days of Tebas.
Yeah.
I've been being
Mike
burned
Smith?
by this team. So many dumb penalties in this game. I watched a ton of this game.
Yeah.
Because it was the first one of my 14 money line parlay.
You thought when they were up 20-3, the Colts, you called me. You thought that the Falcons were going to win. I said, no way.
And they came all the way back, and they were right there.
Yeah.
And then every time there was a big 3rd and 4, they'd have a defensive holding, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. It wasn't just terrible penalties. It was, and the announcer kept saying it, down and distance terrible penalties. They weren't just getting, 5-yard penalties when it's 1st and 10. They're getting 5-yard penalties when it's 3rd and 4. They're getting automatic first down penalties. They're just killing themselves. Like, so undisciplined.
Yeah.
And still, the problem with this Atlanta team, so much talent, especially on offense. Jones, Ridley, Sanu, Freeman, Hooper, Matt Ryan. Offensive line's good. Like, what's the problem? And Brissett played really, really well today. No doubt about it. But when I watch that Colts team, the problem that I still see with Jacoby Brissett is Frank Reich has the training wheels on, and it's working right now. It's like, hey, play this, like, just manage a game and whatever. But, like, I just don't think that their team is good enough overall where he can game manage their way to a Super Bowl. I don't believe in it. We go back to the way what your boy Russell did when he got his Super Bowl. Like, they had the best defense. Their defense is pretty good, but they're not the best defense. Their offense is pretty good, but they don't have crazy weapons.
Yeah.
They can win a bunch of games. Just play within yourself, manage a game. We got a good running game. We got a pretty good defense, but I just don't think the level's up enough where you can just play with training wheels on and contend for a Super Bowl.
Well,
and that's why,
I don't know about Super Bowl, but, as you look at the division, they're 2-1, the Texans are 2-1, and the Jags and Titans are 1-2. It's going to be a tough division, but my thing with Tennessee, dude, Mariota, he's not good. I'm sorry. He's not good.
Yeah.
He played terrible on Thursday night. Like, me, I love NFL Network. Most of those guys are like, they need to do something.
But I'll tell you what, very similar to me in the way Mariota has been in his career to what I see from Brissett. It's like when the game, when you can just play to a certain standard, a certain level, you look pretty good. But when Mariota needs to make a play, it just seems like he can't. And he doesn't even honestly seem to use his legs that much. Like, I don't like a quarterback to have designed runs. In fact, I hate it. I think guys tend to get hurt. He doesn't even use his feet when he's scrambling, when he needs a couple extra yards, when he needs just a couple yards for a first down. And that seemed to be like everything that he was going to be about coming out of college.
Yeah, he holds on the ball. You talk about holding on the ball too long.
Yeah.
Making bad reads.
He just has not
hasn't
not progressed at all.
He hasn't progressed.
Yeah. That's why, honestly, if you put a gun to my head, I'd take the Texans in that division.
Yeah.
Because I think in terms of just playmaking ability, they have Watson, they have Hopkins, they have Fuller, they have playmaker on defense and Watt. They've got I just think they have so much more upside than anybody else in that division.
Yeah, I was never worried about that game today. They came from behind out here.
It's one of my money line pick.
Yeah, we both took them to win
Joe
straight
Prano
up.
on Instagram. Fun, hot money line action every week. 2 for 2 on money lines.
I watched J.J. Watt said in the press conference, he's like, this is maybe only the second time in my entire life where I've had an away football game that felt like a home game.
And Texans fans are like Nationals fans. They're holograms. They don't even exist. So
That's what I'm saying.
The idea that they would even show up. Have you ever met a Houston Texans fan?
We were in Houston,
Have you met like a Houston Texans fan in real life? Like
in
you've
Los
been,
Angeles.
like even when we were in Houston, were any of those guys like Zach's Philip Rivers' nephew? Was the other guy
In real life.
yeah.
It's a good question.
I've never met a Texans fan.
Some of those guys had to have been. I've noticed all the diehard dirtballs who are Texans fans hide behind a J.J. Watt picture.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe you're right. Maybe there is no real Texans fans.
Yeah, they're all bots. They're all Russian bots that are like J.J. Watt pictures, or like that frog in a J.J. Watt helmet.
Dude, I have sympathy for the Chargers players. I just do. Dude, the thought of it being a home game against the Texans. Like if you watch Watt's interview, he said they were so loud when the Chargers had the ball. The thought, like you're Phillip Rivers. You've given your whole career to this organization. The thought of on third down, you're playing in this soccer stadium against the Texans. Again, we're not talking about the Chiefs or the Broncos against teams that have good fan bases. And you got to, be doing silent counts because the damn crowd's so loud. It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a rough year for them, maybe. They're 1-2 now.
Yeah. Obviously, a couple big injuries on that team, but
Yeah.
but still, they're losing close games. They're
Sure.
losing close games at home.
No, I know. Chiefs look good today, though, man.
Chiefs looked really good. I can't believe they ended up pushing what ended up being a 5-point line at the end of the week. Oh, wow. God. What's our boy? Lamar Jackson did not look good for most of the game.
Well,
Even his big plays were ludicrous plays down the
I would
stretch.
say,
Where he's like
here's my thing with Lamar.
throwing jump balls at the end of the game.
I watched the whole game.
He was like 500.
Lamar's exciting to watch, though, man.
Yeah, because he's crazy. He's
Dude,
a crazy man.
He's fun to watch.
He's like my brother on Halloween. He just like picks things up and throws them at houses. He's like, what is this, toilet paper? Yeah. What is this, eggs? Fuck it. What is this? Fun-size Snickers in your mailbox.
I'm going to assume that's Mikey.
Yeah, both of them, honestly.
Both of them. This bitch left us apples. We're throwing them in her front door. Yeah, but you know what, dude? The play somehow happened. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
The 500.
He didn't look good for a lot of that game.
He missed a lot of passes.
Yeah.
He missed a lot of open receivers. Yeah. I can't believe they covered.
Yeah, they covered on our 6.5-point line that we made the pick on, and then the line eventually ended up coming down to 5 today, and they pushed on 5, which is just ludicrous.
Dude, Mahomes is
It's
just
my only not win of the day. It's my only not winner, and a push killing me.
Joe doesn't let people know that he's making these picks.
Andy,
What I love is
Andy, it's all about Instagram. We need to get people over to the Instagram
follow
account.
him at Joe Prano. Follow me at Andy Ruth.
Thank
Seriously.
you. Thank you.
Just follow us on Instagram. Follow us at The Dirty Sports.
I'll also be giving reviews of Young Sheldon, my new favorite show.
Yeah.
At Joe Prano on Instagram.
Follow my Instagram. What I'm going to do leading up to this Antonio Brown bet is every night on Instagram, I will shove something larger up my ass. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, you can get a sneak peek of how big I can get in my butthole. Maybe I should hit up Tripoli. Didn't he have to shove a hot dog up his butt?
Yeah, although I don't think Sam's ever paid off a bet. So Probably pay the intern to do it.
How much better is Patrick Mahomes than everybody else?
Like
I think he's just that much better.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good. He's pretty damn good. I mean, look, Andy Reid's made a lot of quarterbacks that aren't very good look good to great.
Yeah.
I think Patrick Mahomes is an incredible talent, and it's just doubling down. You've got a great quarterback in a great system with great talent around him.
But they're turning nobodies into somebodies. It's
Yeah.
the Patriots model.
Yeah.
They get guys wide open. I don't even know how they do it.
Yeah, and he delivers, and he's incredible. And they honestly need it's crazy. It's the NFL. Like, we already know the AFC Championship game, right? Like, it's Chiefs Patriots. Is there gun to your head right now?
Gun to my head, yeah, but I'm not ruling some people out.
Okay, but I'm saying gun to your head right now.
Yeah.
If somebody said it's Chiefs Patriots or it's anybody else, or you have the field. Chiefs Patriots or you have the field, gun to your head. You're taking Chiefs Patriots.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody slid in there. I'm not throwing out the Ravens because of a defense, and I'm not throwing out. I don't know. Do I want to
do it? Say the Colts. Do it.
No, I was looking at the AFC South. There's Bill O'Brien, the Texans. I don't know. I don't know.
Do it. Say Minshew. Say Minshew. You want to say Minshew? Just say it.
Minshew magic. It's got better alliteration than Fitz magic, huh?
Yeah.
Little Minshew magic. Did you see Minshew's dad?
I did. Incredible.
Not that guy. This guy's never skipped arm day in his life. He's wearing a visor too.
He was probably just curling Gardner as a kid. He's just like holding him by his head.
Yeah.
Just curling him.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What other games did we watch today, Joe? What other games did you watch?
Let's see. Obviously, I watched my New York Football Giants.
Of course you did.
Come back from 18 points down and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
How are you feeling right now?
Well, there's a lot of thoughts and a lot of emotions. Today was a very emotional day. I folded my Eli Manning jersey. I placed it into a small oak box with a gold lock on it.
Yeah.
I locked it, and I turned my key. And I put a key in a drawer. And I locked that drawer, and then I took that desk, and I put it into a bigger desk, and I locked that up. And my Eli Manning jersey is safely away, waiting for the day where I unlock multiple locks like it's a Russian doll and take it out for his enshrinement into the Hall of Fame. That day he gets his gold jacket. That's why each key was gold.
At this point, the biggest Eli slurpers are you, and I don't know if you know this, Dion.
I mean, I know you're a big NFL Network guy.
Dion loves Eli.
And he should. And Dion's, of all the guys on the NFL Network, don't you think Dion's like spot on most often? Like, Dion's the best guy in terms of analysis, I think, that's on the NFL Network.
He's one of my favorites. I like LaDainian Tomlinson. I like McGinnis. I mean, I like a lot of the guys. But, yeah, I really like Dion.
Dion's great. That's why it was a lot of emotions. It's like you watch that game today. I said going into the weekend, I think the Giants beat the Buccaneers. I think Eli Manning and the Giants could have beaten the Buccaneers.
But you know what?
Then you watch this game, and, I mean, first of all, Jamarcus Winston throws for 380 yards.
Yeah, I was gonna say your defense. Your DBs.
He's doing 500 to Mike Evans, and just they're scoring every fucking play. Like, it was ludicrous that Jamarcus Winston is able to do that. It's also like, how long do you let this go? Again, I tweeted this. I've never been a defensive coordinator at any level, but at what point do you just go, hey, maybe we don't let Mike Evans beat us?
Yeah.
Like, there's that great clip where Belichick meets Chad Johnson on the field before the game, and he's like, double Y the whole game. Just so you know, we're going to have you doubled the whole game. And he's like, come on, coach. He's like, nah, you're doubled. He's like, have fun out there. And he's like, come on, every play. He's like, every play, 2 guys on you. Have a fun game. And it's like the best clip. It's like, I'm not saying that had to be the game plan going into the game. It's got to be the game plan after the first 2 drives. Like,
Yeah.
just double him the rest of the game. So it was ridiculous. But, you know, it's sort of like, in a way, it was almost – obviously, Daniel Jones did a lot with his legs in the game. He scores 2 rushing touchdowns.
But it's not even just the rushing touchdowns. What he brings to the table that Eli doesn't have is just to be able to move around the pocket.
Yeah. But, again, sacked 4 times because the Giants' offensive line is trash. So, as mobile as Daniel Jones is, he still ends up getting, you know, almost torn apart. He gets strip sacked because, again, their offensive line is terrible. But, you know, coming down to the end of that game, like this, we'll talk about Daniel Jones and how I think he played in a minute. But, like, what comes down to in the end of that game, they go up, they take the lead, the Bucs come right down the field, and they have a 34-yarder, and they miss it. And I just feel like the last 4 years of Giants football, Eli Manning's on the sideline, hat on. This game's over one way or the other. I'm definitely not taking the field again. I've watched over and over and over guys make that kick on Eli. I didn't check. I don't know if it was week 3 last year. It might have been week 4. But the Carolina Panthers come down and do that, and Gano hits a 63-yarder last year. Multiple times over the last 4 seasons, guys hitting 57-yarders at the buzzer, 63-yarders. And it's like in the NFL, those 1 wins, 2 wins here and there, it just tears your team apart, especially early in the season. Torch, you'll have to check that for me. I think it might have been like week 4 last year. That's exactly what happens. And yeah.
I remember that game. It was.
Yeah.
It was a game where Saquon and Odell had that trick play, passing touchdown. Yeah, it was a crazy game.
And I just feel like Daniel Jones rightfully should be praised for how great he plays in his first NFL start. Plays awesome, over 300 yards passing, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. Definitely just the change, I think, brings a different life to the position. Everybody, you know, it's like you can't – Eli's not there to blame he's not there to be blamed anymore. And it's like you can't say, it's the rookie's fault. He had a strip fumble. Like, if that field goal goes in, no one's talking about Daniel Jones' strip sack being the reason they lose the game. You reverse that, they do for you. It's like, well, he played really well, but he also had that one time where he just like had the Eli Manning face and they took the ball out of his hands. And Daniel Jones absolutely should be praised for how he played. I'm super excited. I've given him his nickname. I was waiting for it. I came up with it today. It's Happiness Jones. It's a great reference to a fantastic song by the Wood Brothers. It'll now play every time Daniel Jones does something great. I'm going to play Happiness Jones. I played it today after the game-winning rushing touchdown. But
damn, Daniel.
But I feel like it's almost like that change just brought a new wind into their sails, and that wind blew that kick wide, and maybe this is the beginning of a change for the New York Giants.
He had a pretty good game, man.
I mean, fantastic.
I mean, I don't know what else you want from a guy on his first start. I know it's obviously the Bucs, but you're still on the road in the NFL. How many points were they down?
18.
Biggest comeback for a first start, I believe, in the modern era.
Yeah.
In NFL history. Second biggest? Who was the first? Who was the first?
I have to look it up real quick, but the article I found just said second biggest comeback in NFL history for a rookie starting quarterback. So I'll look up who has the first though. Give
I
me a
mean,
second.
he's very, I watched some post game interviews with him. He's very calm. He's very composed.
I mean, that the beauty of the transition from Eli to Daniel Jones, he's got a lot of Eli in him. He's got a fucking side part. He's quiet.
I will
He went to
say
Duke.
he has a lot of Eli in him. He's very all shucks, quiet.
He's got the aw shucks look. He's got the aw shucks way about him. He's obviously he went to Duke. He went to the Manning passing camp. He was deemed the guy by Peyton Manning. That was the thing that I said when they drafted him was the reason I liked him. If Peyton Manning says you're a good quarterback, I believe you. I'm in on Peyton Manning quarterback scout. So he's got a lot of Eli. That is the one thing. They got a nice little fist bump after his first touchdown. Eli came over, gave him a little bump. As far as passing of the torches go, I'm into it.
You know what the key to his success is?
He'll never be Eli Manning for me.
Okay, well, you know what the key is
But
for Daniel Jones.
what is the key?
Unlike you, who's got, the facial hair, you're scraggly, he's very clean shaven.
Mhm.
And what I learned about Daniel Jones, not only is he clean shaven on the face, he's clean shaven down below Joe Prano. That's right,
You're saying,
down below.
okay.
His junk.
Wow.
Daniel Jones, like us here at Dirty Sports, is an avid supporter of Manscaped.
Manscaped. Look at this, Andy. Look at this little
Oh, my God.
leather satchel.
I am obsessed with them. The number one place to get your below-the-belt grooming. I'll tell you what. This is a true story about Manscaped, Joe.
Not Boyscaped.
Manscaped. They are now a partner of Dirty Sports. But even before they were a partner, I bought the Lawnmower 2.0 to get some of the hedges trimmed
Mm-hmm.
back in February before I flew in for my buddy's wedding. I said, I got a mess down here. It's like
Is this the Lawnmower 2.0?
that is the Lawnmower 2.0, which we just received.
Ooh.
I have been using it.
I've heard that sound
Yeah.
before.
I've been using it since March. They
You
sent
love it.
I love it. And I'll tell you what. And I'm being,
Here's what I'm excited about.
Go ahead.
This came in there. Ball deodorant.
They have ball deodorant. Look at all this amazing stuff they got.
And you're telling me Daniel Jones uses this ball deodorant?
He used it before every Giants game.
Toner and refresher. I was like, oh, is that for my face? No, it says, for any time pick me up, spritz your goods once or twice, let air dry before dressing.
So I'm a
Okay.
huge fan. Obviously, I've been using these products since March. We just got a whole new shipment, as you're showing here in the video. The best part is, if you're a listener of our show, guys, you get 20% off and free shipping on all these amazing products. Simply go to manscaped.com. That's manscaped.com and put in promo code DIRTY. Once again, get 20% off and free shipping with promo code DIRTY at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use promo code DIRTY. And if you use promo code DIRTY on any of these amazing products, definitely the Lawnmower 2.0, I'll send you some koozies as well.
I mean, I don't even know how the plow works, but I'm pretty excited to find out.
Yeah. I love all this stuff.
I'm honestly really excited about this, and I hope
You want me to be straight up?
Yeah.
Like, and let's just call it as it is. This is what I love about Manscaped is they don't hide with what they are. When I'm shaving my balls in the past with some sort of like electric razor, whatever you want to call it, I always cut myself. And there's nothing worse than nicking your balls. You scream, it hurts, you're bleeding. Since I got Manscaped in March, not once have I had a problem trimming the hedges, trimming the balls, trimming the pubes, you name it. I
and
love
look at
Manscaped.
this little Dom kit, this little satchel, nice little leather. Look at that, button that up. Kind of looks like a football. The brown edges.
So manscaped.com, promo code DIRTY for 20% off, and that also includes free shipping Go ahead and do that now, dirtballs, because Daniel Jones uses Manscaped, and he's winning.
And Daniel Jones is the best young quarterback in the NFL.
And he's winning road games.
He's winning road games, big comebacks,
300
rookie starts.
yards.
I'm not saying Baker Mayfield should think about manscaping, getting that manscaped, but I'm just saying, if you got the what is it, the lawnmower 2.0?
You have that in there too.
Yeah. If you get that lawnmower, if you know at home in a beautiful leather satchel that you have the lawnmower 2.0, I think you're smart enough to audible out of a 4th and 9 draw.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
So maybe Baker Mayfield should think about
going to Manscaped.
Yeah, maying his field a little more.
And
maying his field a little closer.
And he can even, I know he's a millionaire, he can even get 20% off with promo code DIRTY.
I am not feeling dangerous with that lawnmower 2.0. I'm feeling very safe.
Yeah, you are, aren't you? Couldn't be a safer device to trim the old hedges.
I'm like a white quarterback from Duke. Real safe. It's just real safe.
Like Daniel Jones.
That's right. Happiness Jones. Happiness Jones.
See, what I want to remake is the Mike Jones song back then. But see, you're not really into the Southern rap. I know somebody who here is. you little Houston rap. Do you know what I'm talking? Do you even know what I'm talking about?
No.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm not a Mike Jones guy.
Twerks, hop on here. Do you know
a Jim Jones guy?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Mike Jones Back Then song is a great song. Yeah, back then it was They Don't Want Me. Yeah, now I'm hot. Hoes all on me.
And he drops his phone number. It was released, I think, like 2004, 2005. Oh my goodness.
281-330-8004. Hit Mike Jones up on the low.
Fucking Twerks still knows his number.
Yeah.
Do a remake. Who do you guys got next week?
The Giants have the Redskins next week.
Oh, maybe a little 2-2 start, huh?
Giants have the Redskins and the Vikings and the Patriots, then the Lions, I believe. So, again, we get a good stretch here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on now.
Nice. Okay, so I found the answer to that largest comeback by a rookie quarterback, and I think you guys will be surprised. Take a guess.
Jameis Winston.
Not bad, but no.
By rookie quarterback? Was it recent?
I mean, he's still playing.
I bet it was
Cam Newton.
No, I bet it was Deshaun Watson.
No, it was Matt Stafford.
Wow.
Yeah, against the Browns. 21-point comeback. 3 for 5 touchdowns.
I like Stafford.
Bro, they're undefeated. They're
2-0-1.
2-0-1.
Yep.
And the Eagles are 1-2.
Yep.
And they're still doing reckless moves with Carson Wentz. I watched that game. Reckless.
And Carson takes off late in the game. The end of the game was essentially Carson Wentz getting tackled on a scramble. Yeah, I've been told repeatedly by people whose opinions I trust that the Eagles roster is so deep. It's so talented. And then I look at the Eagles roster, and I have for the last couple of years, and I go, okay, but there's some major holes. Every time you watch an Eagles game, if you know the name Ronald Darby, it's because the dude can't fucking cover anybody.
Yeah, burnt.
Deshaun Jackson, out. They're like, the Wentz really struggling without Deshaun Jackson. If the difference in your team is you're going to play well if Deshaun Jackson is there, and you're not going to play well if Deshaun Jackson isn't there, spoiler, your team ain't that good.
Well, I've said I think the Cowboys have a better roster to begin with anyway.
Who finishes with a better record, Daniel Jones and the New York Football Giants or the Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, let's just tap the brakes here.
No tapping of the brakes. There will be no tapping of the brakes. Just the fact that you tap the brakes, canceled. You do not tap the brakes around me.
By the way, I bet Daniel Jones is the type of guy who drives like a Ford Focus.
I have a feeling Daniel Jones rides his bicycle places. I don't even think he has a driver's license.
But the Eagles, man, 1-2.
I think Daniel Jones only rides in the back end of a two-man bicycle, and he just has to find friends. Like, I think Eli Manning is driving him to work on a tandem bicycle. Daniel Jones is just on the back, looking around, enjoying life.
Yeah, he's kind of...
Daniel Jones is the literal opposite of Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Jones wears khaki pants and a polo shirt to literally everything. They're like, dude, what are you doing? They're like, we're going to a Juggalo concert. He's like, khakis and a polo shirt, bro. Undefeated. They're like, we're not going golfing. We're going to the club. He's like, khakis and a polo shirt, tucked in. Can't beat it.
The Eagles go to Green Bay on Thursday.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get any easier.
Yeah, my boy Aaron Rodgers got the Packers at 3-0.
They're a little suspect, the Packers, too.
Are they your suspect 3-0 team?
They're one of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Packers have had they've had some tough tasks to start the year. They've got they've had Denver, they've had Chicago. Who's week 2?
Minnesota.
And Minnesota. Like, they haven't had the easiest go of it. They get Philadelphia in week 4. I could totally see them losing to Philly.
But their offense is just so spotty.
But new offense, new coach. It's going to take some time. If you're winning games while you sort that out, you're in a good spot.
Well, they have a better overall team for sure.
Yeah.
Than they have in the past.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I hate to say it. Like I said, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to start basically going on his decline. I'll be honest, like, and I know it's only 3 weeks to bring it back to Patrick Mahomes. It's just like, I just don't think he's anywhere near that level at this point.
Well, to be fair, again, system is important. Don McNabb and Alex Smith looked like they were, God's gift quarterbacks with Andy Reid. But Mahomes, again, you take Mahomes, who's a great quarterback, and you put him in that. Aaron Rodgers, obviously the Packers, regardless of who their coach is, they're not going to have Bill Belichick. But even a declining Aaron Rodgers, like, I'll take 75% Aaron Rodgers over most quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So, and they're 3-0.
And the Broncos are 0-3.
Yep. Broncos, I think I saw the stat, have not sacked anybody. They have 0 sacks on the season.
0 sacks.
That's your issue with the Broncos right there. You're supposed to be playing defense.
Yeah.
That's why you have Joe Flacco, because you're like, don't worry about it. Don't do too much.
That's a
They're
problem.
just going to play defense. They're not playing defense.
Can we address something? And I know we have to get through a lot of stuff and get through this, but are we just going to completely forget that Aaron didn't watch a game today because he was at Disneyland?
Oh, yeah. We just blew by that.
I mean, Aaron, just get on the fucking mic.
Wait, I wanna since we're doing this now, I wanna say up front, I don't even care that you didn't watch a game. Forget that it's football season. Forget that it's football Sunday. What are you doing at Disneyland as an adult? Were you there with a child?
I was there with my girlfriend. So I mean,
is she like a psycho Disney person?
No, she's not psycho, but I mean, she loves Disneyland, and I love Disneyland too. I think it's fun.
How many times have you been to Disneyland?
I mean, we got the annual pass.
Oh,
So
what does that cost you?
It cost us. We split it, so it's $39 a month.
$39 a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Is 2 people's passes for 2?
No. So we each pay $39 a month.
well, hold on a second. Let's just you pay $40. Let's just round up. So you pay $40 a month times 12. That's $480. You pay $480 a year for an unlimited pass to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And how many times have you been to Disneyland?
Oh man, we've been at least 6 or 7 times now. So we've made our money back in that regard.
Dude, you should be on the TLC show.
Lincoln guy.
Yeah. I'm a strange addiction. You're addicted to Disneyland.
I feel like for someone who
How
lives
many
in the
times
area, that's not
but
that
But now,
outrageous.
here's the thing. What,
This is wild.
because I'm not an amusement park guy, but, I'll go to Magic Mountain because I'm like, I want to ride some badass roller coasters and
Yeah.
shit. Like, what are you doing at Disneyland? You going on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and eating a turkey leg, twice a month?
Dude, those turkey legs are fire. I will stand by those turkey legs.
But you still got to pay for the turkey
they-
legs.
they-
You got a free turkey leg card or
No,
something
I
like
wish,
that?
but you do get 10% off, so it's like tax. But I mean,
So now the
they have
turkey
some
leg
decent
only
rides.
costs
They made some
$70.
updates. They got some decent rides.
It's
What's your favorite thing to do? What's your what's like? Okay, first things first. We got to hit
The Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
It's a small world after all.
Are you high when you go? Are you like on edibles? You guys
No,
taking acid?
I usually grab a few beers, but I should.
You're ripping beers
I
at
should hit
Disneyland?
I should hit the weed pen though beforehand. They have alcohol there now.
Man,
Now,
so many questions.
Yeah, this is wild.
It
So
was like-
okay, now let's go back to Andy Ruther's first point. So you just were like, your girlfriend was like, let's go to Disneyland. Whose idea was it to go to Disneyland today?
It was my girlfriend's. Yeah.
And you weren't like, hey, it's Sunday football, like Raiders are on.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I wanted to watch football, and I got all my fantasy teams going. So I wanted to be there watching Red Zone like usual. But we both have always wanted to go during like October, like Halloween time, because they change all the decorations. And I feel myself sounding really gay as I say this, which isn't a problem.
No.
Hey,
Which we respect.
Canceled.
We respect.
not-
Get double canceled.
It's not a sexuality.
Right. It's not a sexuality thing. But I feel
Cancel.
my masculinity slowly dropping as I'm speaking.
There you
But so yeah, I mean, it
You
was a
identify
tough
as a child.
decision, but I realized that it's football Sunday, so the parks will probably be a little more empty than normal, which they were. There was like hardly anybody there.
There were no stabbings from Raiders fans.
Yeah,
you're
there's no
saying.
stabbings. I only saw like a couple of Rams
So
jerseys.
just all right, like I got like this is now that we're doing it. So you get there. What time you get there this morning?
We got there today like 10:30ish, I think.
And you head straight to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
well, yeah, we got our like fast passes for that, but we did like the Incredicoaster, like for the Incredibles.
Okay.
They have the
So
roller
are you
coaster.
going-
and the
so
Incredible Coaster is like a
that-
like a coaster. It's like a
Yeah,
badass.
no, yeah,
like,
it's
Is
like
this
it's fun.
California Adventure then?
Yeah. Well, you do
Okay.
both. So we started
Yeah.
there. We always start there because the rides are better. And then we go over to Disneyland after. We were
I've
at,
only,
we
I've
weren't
only been
at
to
Disneyland
Disneyland
that
once.
long.
I've only been once because I'm a
Yeah.
fucking adult.
Yeah. They have that for the Star Wars area. You know, it's all like it's pretty cool to see.
yeah.
You know?
This motherfucker has a Disneyland pass.
Yeah.
How old are you? 25?
26.
This is unbelievable. This
What's your favorite like? What's your like?
so
What's your
weird.
literal favorite thing about Disneyland? Sorry, I know it's Disneyland.
About actual Disneyland.
Yeah,
versus,
or the whole experience. Like you're like,
I don't know.
you ever gone full Mark Wahlberg fear and fingered your girlfriend on a roller coaster?
No, but it's on my to-do list. Like I pitched the idea, like we should have sex in here one time, like somehow.
I mean, if you have a pass, you should be honestly. If you buy the annual pass, you should be allowed to. There should
I
be an
think
area
so.
for that.
I pitched the idea once, and she wasn't about
The
it. But
sex area.
Yeah.
You get to
Like,
dress
yeah,
up
dude,
as
if
like
you- if you pay-
Mickey Mouse.
Dude,
She's
if you
got to
pay
put.
$500 a year, you should be able to fuck in the log flume. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're coming off this ride wet.
Oh, unbelievable.
Do you guys like buy the pictures of you guys coming down on coasters and shit like that?
we don't have to buy them. That's the cool part.
That shit's free.
It's free with the pass.
Like you go down Magic Mountain, that shit's free.
all the ride pictures are free.
No, yeah.
How many ride pictures do you guys have? Do you guys have a
So
wall?
many, honestly.
Oh my
Because
God,
they just
this is so wild.
they instantly link to
You're
your phone.
scrapbooking fucking coaster
But
pictures.
they instantly link to your phone, so it's like
They link to your phone.
yeah, it makes it so easy.
Bro, can we put up one of your coaster pictures on the Dirty Sports
I mean, yeah,
Instagram?
Yeah, I can send you some.
Yes.
Can we put up on Twitter?
Yeah.
Can we put 10 of them up in a fucking screen in a flip book?
Yeah.
Is there
It's so updated now. That's like
is there any way Joe and I can use your passes?
I have no interest in going to Disneyland.
I think I don't even know
Zero.
if they even like check the pictures that much. They just like because it's all like on your phone. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
you just scan. It's like you go to a baseball game. You know, you scan the ticket.
Yeah.
So that's all you do, and everything's on your phone now. They have an app, and you just like yeah.
So
it's super
is this
easy.
how many years have you had a Disneyland pass? This first
This
year.
is the first year. Yeah, I actually got it as a gift for my girlfriend's birthday.
You got a gift for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was stoked.
She was so stoked. She loved it.
Did she dress up or anything? You guys do like.
I mean, she has ears.
Are you
but
guys
yeah.
into cosplay? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
No, but I mean.
But he's not against it.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
Bro, you got some
It could
fetish
be,
shit,
It could be
I
fun,
think.
I guess I don't
Yeah.
know.
Twerk's got some fetish stuff going on.
Get those 4-finger gloves on his girlfriend. Right?
He's going down on her wearing Pluto ears.
We gotta get him. They do the embroidered ears. We gotta get him a set of ears that say twerks. That's gonna be his gift.
You know I have a pair of Mickey Mouse embroidered.
Really? I don't have any
Yeah.
ears, but I
You
would
don't
like
have any
some
ears?
No.
I went.
But your girlfriend's got ears.
Yeah, she's got a few.
She's got a few.
Yeah.
Bro,
Amazing.
it's unbelievable. You guys should have your names like
Twerks, we're gonna need you the next time you go to just like live
we got some documentation.
Dirty Sports, like live Instagram your day at Disneyland.
I will say, this morning I was a little bit hungover when we got there, but they
I would honestly you just said like the perfect combination that would make me like a mass shooter. Like if I was hungover and at Disneyland, I'd find a place to buy an AR-15 there, and I'd kill everybody. I go full falling down.
You've been canceled, Joe.
Yeah.
I found a place. I took an alternate approach. I found a place that sells like micheladas, like the red beers. You know, it was
Yeah.
so good. I
Were
was pleasantly surprised with how good like a red beer they
What's
make
the
there.
bathroom situation? Like, where are you shitting? You're hungover, you're eating enchiladas. Like, at some point today, you're taking a dump.
I didn't eat an enchilada. No, I
Yeah,
had like
michelada.
I had a
Okay,
michelada.
michelada.
Yeah.
That's where my head's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, what's the bathroom situation like there? Like, are there some decent stalls to drop a deuce?
Yeah, they got plenty of bathrooms now.
Okay.
It's a pretty nice place.
Yeah. You go to Toilet Land. It's a whole section of the park.
Yeah.
I want to get my ass wiped by somebody dressed as Pluto with like a baby wipe, just fucking getting all up in my ass.
I'm sure you guys would like love the Star Wars area because you guys like Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
Yeah,
Joe
I'm
doesn't
sure
love
you would
Star
love
Wars.
that. It's
What are you talking
crazy how like
What are you dissing myself?
How
I've seen
on
every
point it
single
is.
second of every
You're
Star
not
Wars
a-
movie.
You're not a big Star Wars guy as I am.
I mean,
bro.
I'm not like some Star Wars
they even
psycho.
have like the cantina with the whatever person like who like will sell you drinks there.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
Olga's Cantina. They got that whole thing set up. It's pretty crazy.
By the way, speaking of Star Wars, and then we'll move on with this. The guy who works here, who I like, he was saying how he describes Venice, and I think this is so true. He goes, "This is how I describe Venice Beach and all the weirdos." The scene where in the first Star Wars, where they go to the bar and Luke Skywalker's like head's exploding because he's seen all these weirdos.
That's a cantina. That's
That's
what he's
what I'm
talking
saying.
about.
He said, "I describe Venice Beach is the cantina meets Baywatch because of like all the surfers and all that shit." He's like, "That's fucking Venice Beach." Well, Torx, I'm happy for you. You and your lady have something in common, and you know I wouldn't be against going back, but like, dude, it's fucking expensive.
Well, that's why we did the pass. You
It's
go
like
you go once
It's
and
like
it's
$110.
you spend you go once to go to both parks. I think you're walking out of there spending like at least like $170, and then after it's
$170.
like a $200 day.
And that
So you get
doesn't
the pass.
that doesn't include food and drinks.
It's just financially responsible at this point to get the pass. So that's why we did it.
If you're gonna go 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Unreal. All right, well, I guess we should wrap up NFL Week 3, Joe.
Now, I did want to bring up one particular game that we haven't touched on yet. You know, I know your other favorite team, your
Yeah.
boy, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks.
They laid an egg today.
Pete Carroll,
Who called it, by the way?
you called it, but also Pete Carroll listened to you, and he let Russell Wilson throw the ball 50 times today.
No.
50 times.
I knew you were going to do this. I knew you were going to do this. I knew you were going to do this.
Threw half 100 times in the game.
Why did Russell Wilson throw 50 times? Did you watch the game? I watched the whole game.
I watched a lot of the game.
Well, then you would know they had to because they gave up 2 touchdowns that weren't even like their defense wasn't they gave up a punt return and what was it? The fumble recovery on
Yeah. I'm just saying Russell Wilson threw the ball 50 times today.
because they were down 2 touchdowns at halftime.
Right. But I mean, it's not like they were down 40 points at halftime.
They're down 27. At one point they were down 27-7.
And what was the final score? 27-23?
No, it was the final score on that game. They actually they made a comeback.
Yeah.
Well, they obviously had to throw the ball. The final score on that game was 33-27. But if you talk about putting these games on Eli, if you are going to even attempt,
I'm not
put this
putting
game
the game on
on my
Russell.
on
I'm
my
not
boy
putting
Russ.
the game on Russ. I'm just saying, you know, there's a lot of Russell defenders out there that are like, if Russell threw the ball, this team could score 1 million. They scored 27 points. Threw the ball 50 times. 50.
Yeah. I don't like it. Like I said, I think his wheelhouse is 30 to 35. I don't like him throwing the ball 50 times. But again, they were down
And now they're
3 touchdowns.
right.
2-1.
Right. So in the games where he's throwing 19 times a game,
I don't like that either.
they're running. They're winning games with the running. And he's throwing 50.
I told you, I like last week what they did at Pittsburgh. He threw the ball 35 times. 30 to 35 is good for me if I'm coaching that team. I think Russell's great, obviously. I'm not going to change how I feel about Russell. I'm also not putting the game on him.
I didn't put it on him either. I'm just saying everybody's criticism is that
Did you see some of the calls Carroll was doing?
yeah.
4th down, you're like,
Yeah.
what? You get the football hit him in the face before the game. I think it messed up his head. He kept bleeding. I'm like, can we get somebody to? Did you notice how that his wound kept bleeding? Big win for New Orleans, though, man.
Yeah.
And I said I thought they could go 3-3 without Drew Brees. Well, there's one win.
Yeah. I was surprised they came out and played as well as they did, especially in Seattle. But again, like you said, fumble recovery.
That guy, what is his name? That guy who returned the punt, man. He's just so fucking fast. Deontay Harris. Jesus Christ. And they get the Cowboys next week.
Yep.
The Cowboys didn't look as good today, but they're still very explosive.
Yeah, and they only give up, 6 points?
Yeah.
So,
God, the Dolphins are bad.
yeah, terrible.
You know, I'm in a Survivor League, and these pots get big. I'm talking like 50, 60 fucking grand. I don't know why everybody in the league strategy is not to just pick whoever the Dolphins are playing.
Well, obviously, the strategy is always you can only pick each winner one time,
Yeah.
right? Now, I've been in suicide leagues where they limit you on how many times you can pick a loser as well. Do they have any limit?
No.
So 100% the strategy is pick the Dolphins unless they're playing a team for a second time in the AFC East, and you can't pick the Patriots again or the Jets again or the idea. Honestly, you're probably thinking it's not a sure thing the Jets are going to be. It is. It is a sure thing the Jets are going to be the Dolphins. The Dolphins are bad, bad, bad.
Really bad. Really, really bad. Like unwatchably bad.
Yeah.
But I still find myself watching them.
I was watching that game solely for the spread.
Yeah.
I was
Me
watching
too.
the 22.5.
Me too. It's disgusting how bad they are.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as going to Disneyland on a Sunday for the 5th time this year. You know what I love about Twerks? It's like he's got his own things, though. I'll give him that. Like he's got his own things. Like
White Claw in Disneyland.
we thought of you, Twerks. I want to say real quick, we thought of you last night. Andy Lazarus, does that backyard comedy show that Joe and him do like once every 6 weeks, and Laz always orders Abbott's Pizza. And there was a fair amount of girls there last night. And Frano and I walked by in the kitchen, like attractive, like in shape type LA girls. That's why it's important for this story. We walk by in the kitchen. There's 2 slices of pizza, big slices of pizza. Cheese completely eaten off, just that.
Yeah.
Like everything else. And I was like, did Twerks come here? What? Like, who was eating this? It was one of the girls.
That's amazing.
No, actually, I think I know who was responsible for it. I honestly won't even give this person. I refuse to even mention this person's name. That's how disgusted I am with them. It's not somebody that we're like friends with. But I saw a comedian who was there.
No.
Who was not on the show, but he was just hanging around.
No. I know who it is then.
I saw him picking at and I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Gross.
And I already don't like him. I already didn't like him before that, and I was like, I knew it.
It wasn't one of the girls?
No.
Because that made me, there was a couple cute girls. I was like, I don't want to talk to them because they don't know how to eat pizza. I would have actually maybe talked to them if I knew they knew how to eat pizza.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You sure you weren't there last night, Twerks?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wasn't there. No, I was out at the Circle Bar in Santa
You're at
Monica.
the Circle Bar.
Yeah, I was
You-
Circle Bar.
You were in our hood.
Yeah, that's where I was at.
Whoa. He's right down the street, Main
You doing
Street.
blow?
No.
Who goes to Circle Bar and doesn't do blow?
Yeah, and why did we not get a text that you were in our hood?
I didn't even realize how close it was until I was
Hey
getting my
man,
Uber
he
home.
was going straight from there to Disneyland. Relax, bro.
I didn't even
also,
expect to go out, but yeah.
by the way, have you ever thought that he doesn't want to hang out with you, Ruther?
That's a good point. I have extended the invite to Twerks to watch NFL Sunday with me. Hasn't taken it up yet.
Well,
You haven't either. Does nobody want to watch football with me? Is that basically what it is?
No,
like-
I will
like-
take you up on the offer next time. Today, I just said.
No, it's all good. You're at
other
Disneyland.
plans.
I had plans to come over here all day. I also had plans to go to Andy Lazarus's. I didn't leave home.
That's fine. I get the vibe that like it's not just you guys. Nobody wants to watch football with me.
Oh, poor Andy.
That's all right.
We want to watch football with you.
It's all right.
I
You know.
do. I also really want to out of like strictly out of like also out of necessity because I don't really have streaming services anymore.
You don't got the setup that I got.
I don't
going
have, yeah,
on
and I
right
have nowhere near the setup you have.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm about to get that third TV, fam. Take this fucking shit to the next level.
So you can watch the two games and put on Lady and the Tramp for twerks. Fucking Disneyland. Fucking.
Lady in the Tramp.
He's like, oh, so you got Raiders up at the top. You got Broncos down there. We got a little 101 Dalmatians going on the third one. Really fucking juice this party up.
He's like, I know it's a sports podcast. Can we talk about the new live action Little Mermaid? I don't know if I like the casting. You ever jerked off to Ariel? Serious question. You ever beat off to Ariel?
I haven't, but I'd be lying if I said I have never considered it.
She's pretty hot, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all those Disney characters, they make them like weirdly attractive for being cartoons. You're like, why are you like
Hottest
this?
Disney character.
I'll probably have to go either Jane from Tarzan or the chick from Hercules.
Jane from Tarzan's a Disney movie?
You're not even gonna say Jasmine?
Little too exotic for me, but
Racist.
still attractive.
Canceled.
Is Roger Rabbit not Disney? No.
Well, Jessica Rabbit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's Warner Brothers though, isn't
Very sexual.
No, that is
Yeah.
Disney.
Is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
Disney?
They have a ride there for Roger Rabbit. I've
Yeah.
been on it, of course.
it? There you go. That's the only.
Wait,
That's,
they have a
I mean,
Roger
that's
Rabbit
That's the
ride
only
he's been on?
answer, right?
Right, yeah, that's the girl in the red dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They made her very sexual.
They
Who
did.
was the voice? It was what's her name? She used to be hot from Romance in the Stone.
Kathleen Turner.
It's Kathleen Turner's voice.
Wow.
Now she looks like
Kathleen Turner now looks like Quentin Nelson. I mean,
canceled.
canceled.
Shaving Kathleen Turner. Canceled.
By the way, the voice I do whenever we do canceled, Kathleen Turner. Canceled. that's old Kathleen Turner. Young Kathleen Turner talks like this. Old Kathleen. Canceled.
Joe, is there any other games we didn't cover? Bengals,
I don't know. Are there?
Bengals, Bills. Bengals
No.
came back.
Nah.
Don't care.
Yeah. Don't care.
Raiders, Vikings.
Raiders took a fat dump.
I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
What else? Is that it?
That's it. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know if we missed somebody. I don't really care. I know that's our week 3 recap. And
Try to slip out of there without talking about your boy Russ.
I wasn't
Don't
trying
worry,
to
I got
slip
you.
out
I
there.
did things like, I gotcha.
Wait, so we're gonna shit on Russ for throwing for 400 yards today?
No. We're just going to shit on the Seahawks knowing their blueprint for how to get W's and knowing their blueprint for how to not
I just
get Ws.
don't know what you're trying to say, Joe. They were down 3 touchdowns. Of course they're gonna throw the ball.
All I'm saying
And hold on. Let me finish. So they're down 3 touchdowns. They start throwing the ball all the time. They lose by 6 points. So to me, that sounds like, man, Russ throwing the ball a lot got them back in the game.
I would bet almost anything that if you do the Russell Wilson over X amount of throws in his career versus under, that he's going to take more L's when he's throwing the ball than when he's not. I'm only answering the critics who are jumping all over me whenever I criticize Russell Wilson and going like, "Oh, but if he only fucking threw the ball."
But Joe,
this
I
much
think
more."
you could do the same for any quarterback. We don't want whether even if it's Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, we don't want them throwing the ball 50 times a game.
I agree. I agree with you.
You're the one who says you don't want the guy leading.
I agree with you. And anytime the fucking Seahawks don't show up, it's like, they don't let Russell fucking do enough. It's like they win games when Russell doesn't do enough. I don't know any is Berenstein Bears a Disney thing? Do you know any of their names? But if it was, he'd be game manager Berenstein.
Oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started about that. It's the most offensive. We're not doing this Russ debate right now.
I'll tell you what we have to talk about. The game we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about Cam Newton's replacement.
Oh, good point.
Lighten it up.
Kyle Allen?
Talk about a fucking like Cam Newton getting the old bye forever gift.
He's been canceled.
Yeah, canceled. I'll tell you who is a crazy fan base. Cam Newton defenders.
Well, they're stupid.
They're a wild bunch.
Yeah.
I saw somebody today being like, "You can be a Panthers fan and like what Kyle Allen did and not have to shit on Cam Newton." It's like, well, his hat's dumb. He plays fucking tailback. He's always hurt.
Yeah.
I'm hitting Cam Newton with the bye forever gift. Somebody's gonna have to do some research on what SNL sketch that bye forever came from because I use it daily.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look good when Allen played that well.
I mean, we both picked Arizona because we were like, who the fuck is this guy? He threw for 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. He lit him up.
What was his stat line for the day? I mean, I know it was Arizona.
He was 19 of 26 for 261 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging 10 yards a pass, man. In comparison, look at this comparison. Kyler Murray was 30 of 43 for 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, averaging 4 yards a pass.
Yikes. And they got fucking boat raced.
Boat raced at home. Oh, I'm shocked. I know it's only 3 games, though. I'm shocked that the guy who couldn't win in college as a head coach is struggling at the professional level. I'm shocked.
I mean, to be fair, the Cardinals fucking suck, but this was the game.
This is the game you win.
I mean,
Joe.
they were a
favorite. Yeah, this is the game you win. That's my point. This is the game you win. Anyway, I think that.
Are you doing college football?
Yeah, let's talk it for a minute and let's wrap up the show.
Okay.
You know who's canceled? Jim Harbaugh.
Kathleen Turner, how do you feel about Jim Harbaugh? Canceled.
They were losing 35-0 at one point. Jim Harbaugh. So I watched this game. Michigan Wisconsin scores right away. This game started at 9 o'clock out here. Michigan goes right down on the first play, big play. They get it right back, 1st and 10 in Wisconsin's 8-yard line. Jim Harbaugh, they throw an incomplete pass. And then they have a fullback. This is what Jim Harbaugh's doing now, is play calling. The fullback who had then turned defensive line, who then just went back to fullback just for this game, they hand him the ball on the second play, on 2nd and goal, and he fumbles it. And you're like, what? You're giving the fullback, who was just a defensive lineman last week, the ball? And from there, they just got boat raced.
Yeah, it's bad.
And here's my thing about Harbaugh. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I was all team Harbaugh on the Niners, but he's the 2nd highest paid coach in college football. It's all about return on investment. You can't be the 2nd highest paid coach and be having these games.
Yeah. I didn't watch a second of it. It was, like you said, it started early. It was over. I got on Twitter. It was over.
It's over.
He'd been canceled before I woke up.
Yeah.
Twitter had canceled him. They do reek of I watched the highlights. They do reek. They're sort of the new LSU. They just like can't figure out like why is it so hard for Michigan to draft a quarterback?
You get a quarterback? I know.
Just like who's competent.
I don't know.
And then LSU.
And your coach is a former quarterback.
Yeah, and LSU has found their quarterback, and now they're fucking
putting
destroying
up points.
people.
Putting up points.
Yeah. The other games you have up there, I saw that the UCLA game was on at Laz's. That was craziness.
Wild.
As bad as Chip Kelly is at coaching football, which he has been bad for a long time, UCLA, the Niners, the Eagles.
68 points.
I'll watch a Chip Kelly Mike Leach game.
Oh yeah.
Any day.
They're down 32 points in the third quarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tough L for the people in Pullman.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Tough
CT.
L. Yeah. I know. Gardner was on the sideline, and Jorts. Hey, maybe don't distract the guys during this 150-point football game. You put your dick away, Gardner.
You putting some shade on my boy Gardner?
Just saying. bringing that circus to the sideline.
You watch that interview. He's nothing but humble. That is a humble man right there, Joe Prano. Interviewed by former St. Xavier alumni Rocky Boyman.
Oh yeah,
That was
Rocky.
that interview. He
Yeah.
does ESPN.
Went to Notre Dame.
That's right.
Notre Dame loses a close one to Georgia. Did Notre Dame earn any respect from you in that Georgia game?
Yeah, they did. They played pretty well on the road. It's not an easy place to play.
But yeah, they were in the
Game
down the stretch. They called the same play to end the game as Cleveland. It was a shotgun snap, drop back till you can't drop back anymore, throw off your back foot.
Yeah.
Wild fucking nonsense throw. I don't know what some of these teams are calling late in the game. But I thought I watched that whole game.
Their defense played pretty well.
Yeah. Georgia's certainly a quality, school. They've got a quality program over there. I thought, somebody said it after the game. One of the guys who was calling the game was like, "Oh, people are going to hate it, but this actually doesn't count Notre Dame out for the year if that's the only team they lose to."
Yeah, that's what Herb Street was saying. I agree. You lose a close road game against the top 3 team.
If Georgia's there down the stretch too, if Georgia manages to be a playoff team,
Yeah.
get a rematch on a neutral site. But both those teams have to win all the rest of their games. I probably won't watch many of either of them, so I'll be at Disneyland. Twerks, if we go to Disneyland, let's do it on a Saturday. I mean, on a football Sunday.
You know what the best part is about this thing with Twerks is I texted him this week. I said, Prano said, let's record the podcast on Sunday. And I just assumed he'd be good. I go, you can make it? He goes, let me get back to you. He goes, if I can make it back in time. So it made me wonder, what does he have going on Sunday? He didn't do a reveal until today that big thing he was withholding is that
him and his girlfriend are going to split a plate of spaghetti and meatballs down there in Lady in the Tramp.
Yeah, you guys were going to be eating churros together and giving her that Mickey 4-finger special.
It's tough. I'll admit.
It's tough.
It's not that I love Disneyland just as much as she does.
Hey, man, own it. Here's my thing. We're busting your balls. Own it, though, man. I do a lot of quirky shit. Just own it.
But it is tough with football Sundays. Like she even had to make a rule for me because I was on my phone so much checking the game scores and stuff. And
Oh
she's
yeah.
Like, all right, you can be. I don't want you to be on your phone the entire time because then it's not fun for me. But I don't care if you're on the phone when we're in line. So that was
fair.
a solid compromise.
Yeah.
So it made the time go by faster.
Now, it's so wild that it's football. Let's just
Let's
just
get it out and let's wrap up the episode. What do you want to say?
Let's just let Twerks have his Disneyland. No, I'm all for it. But what's Disneyland like during the week? Are there people there during the week?
I don't know. I don't think we've gone. We've only gone a couple times, kind of late on a weekday, and it's not that busy.
Try to get in a little late afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. But
what's evening like at Disneyland? Does it turn into club scene?
It's kind of the same.
Does Space Mountain turn into a rave? Everybody's on Molly and shit.
No. I mean, they have fireworks. That's kind of cool. But it's kind of the same, less busy. But Sundays, I was pretty surprised.
What time is Disneyland open in the morning?
8 a.m. They go until 12 a.m.
12 midnight?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, Disneyland's lit, son.
Disneyland after dark. It's like when the Peach Pit moved over to their new location.
How many girls do you think have been fingered for the first time? And It's a Small World, after all. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. I mean,
How many girls do you think have been fingered for the first time? God, I just get dirty with this.
Fun fact.
I hope a lot.
Because of Disneyland, Disney World, all the Disney things, it's a small world after all. The most played song in history.
Really?
Yeah, it's a fun fact I know about Disney.
Yeah, I
Another
didn't know
fun
that
fact. After you go to Disneyland,
Because it plays just on a loop
Yeah.
all day, every day in multiple parks around the world.
when you hear that song,
most played
you will
song of
not
all
be able to
time.
get it out of your head for at least 6 months.
Yeah.
Like when you do that ride and then you leave, isn't that shit in your head? It was for me.
Yeah,
when I
we've
went
only
the
done
one
it.
time.
We've only done it once since we've been going, and probably won't ever go again, just for that reason alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just stays with you.
I heard from Alex Bresler. It's the Chinese trying to infiltrate.
There's communist messages.
Yeah,
in It's a
there's
Small
there's
World after all.
subliminal messages in the It's a Small World after all, and all these people go to Disneyland, and this is a goal to eventually make communism a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
Well, Torx, good luck to you in that, man.
It's created a dilemma that I didn't foresee coming because Sundays is so empty there compared to other days. But it's also football season, and I love football.
Well, here's the good news, man. Football's about 5 months out of the year. There'll be other Sundays too.
But that's
but
probably
that's,
why
but that's the
it's-
point.
Yeah.
It's empty because of the football Sundays.
Okay, I gotcha.
Right, so it's the huge dilemma right now.
Yeah. What's the longest you've ever waited in line for a ride?
I think longest we ever did was 45 minutes.
Oh, that's
we
not too
we
bad.
Usually, yeah, we always try to skip the lines and be smart about it.
It's
Gotta
unreal.
get that fake wheelchair action. That's what Mikey always did.
Wait, your brother.
You know when you go to those parks, they'll just give you a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta leave your ID or whatever. You're like, oh, I gotta.
Your brother would get in a wheelchair.
Mikey'd slink in, dragging his foot behind him.
Sir, I do believe I need a wheelchair.
In
Yeah,
a
it's like
Charles Dickens novel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he would come in with crutches that he made out of his own thing. The
Is he
little,
fucking Tiny Tim?
yeah, little Tiny Tim crutches. He's like, and God bless us, everyone. And then John would literally push him in wheelchairs, and we'd skip the lines. He was he was like Quentin Nelson in that in that wheelchair. We just plowed through people to the front of lines.
The Prano brothers.
And then the
man.
best part, the best part of it was, you get to the front of the line, get all the way up there. And when when you have good line access, you can always be in the front
Yeah.
of the thing. You could be in the front car or whatever. He'd hop out of that wheelchair like nobody's business. Oh fuck yeah, let's do this. And people are like, what is that wheelchair for?
I love it.
All you have to do is not believe that hell exists, and that's a total skip the line game plan.
Absolutely love it. We should do that. We should absolutely do that. Well, that's the episode. That's the only way we can end the episode. Guys, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube, all at The Dirty Sports. Like Joe was saying, follow us on Instagram. That's all that fucking matters. That's all that these people care about. I'm at Andy Ruther. He's at Joe Prano.
Unless you hate money,
Yeah.
then don't follow me.
Yeah.
So I'm giving out winners.
Aaron, you can follow
Giving
him.
out winners like fucking turkey legs at Disneyland.
You can follow Aaron on what's your Disneyland handle? I know you got a specific handle, right?
I don't know.
Twerks with mouses.
Twerks at Disney. I don't know.
Works with mouses.
Twerks with mice. I forgot that there was a plural for mouse. And it's not mouses.
Anything else, Prano?
No, that's it.
Subscribe to
And
us.
I guess if you're in St. Louis, go to a Cardinals game this weekend.
Drop an iTunes review. Leave
Let's
your
drink
Twitter
some
handle.
Anheuser-Busch products.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I do want to shout out, obviously all the stuff that's gone on in the past week. I didn't even know how many. I just randomly looked at my Venmo the other day, and people were like, the amount of people that sent me something that were just like, hey, man, use this on a Miller Lite. Know you had a tough week. I got a bunch of those, and I'll look in the camera for anybody who watches this on YouTube and say it. I did. I used it on beer. Everybody that said I drank a lot of beer in the last week. I've consumed a lot of alcohol in these dark days, and since I got that black Venmo card, I used all of your donations. Don't worry, none of your donations that you said should be for beer went to anything but beer. I've been drinking heavily, and I've been doing it on the Dirtballs dimes. So anybody who sent me a Venmo and said, "Hey, I know you're going through something. Here's a 6-pack of beer for you," I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'm paying you all back with those hot Instagram pics.
I had a great DM from one of the dirtballs. He said, "I'm gonna Venmo Prano some money. What's Prano's Venmo for Miller Lite?" And then he wrote, "Also, what's a case cost out in L.A.?" And I said, well, even though I don't drink, I said, probably a case of Miller Lite. Am I wrong on this? If you went to Pavilions, 24-pack, $25-$30.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
And then he just wrote, God damn, quality of life, out here in like wherever he's from. It's like $17. I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah, usually it's like, usually, if you go to Pavilions or one of the, it's usually, it's around $1 a beer or $7. It always depends. There's always a special or something.
Yeah.
But I also paid. I also got some of those seltzers yesterday. We're going to a party. I got the Bartles and James ones, 6-pack, $17. What the fuck?
Wow.
So shout out to whichever dirtball helped me cover that one.
Unreal. All right, Dirtballs, that's the show. Hopefully I'll get this whole YouTube situation figured out before next episode, which Tug will be joining us.
Yes, because I'll be in St. Louis.
Tug will come with his stats, his analytics. He'll be locked and loaded. All right, guys.
I'm going to request Tug come with some hot Happiness Jones stats about my boy, fucking old khaki pants and polo shirt, Danny Dimes. Tug, you've heard the request. I want some hot heat about my boy, Happiness.
All right, Dirtballs. Have a great week. And most importantly, stay dirty.